Welcome back to retrolistHQ. Today, we're dusting off the old Sega Dreamcast, that little white box that burned bright and fast, to revisit some of its most unforgettable games you can still enjoy in 2025. You might be expecting me to talk about the usual suspects, but we're steering clear of the overhyped picks. Instead, we're diving into 10 Dreamcast titles that deserve another moment in the spotlight. Some weird, some wonderful, and some that might just surprise you. Christmas Eve, 2000, and a strange island appears in the middle of the ocean. You're Elliot, a rescue worker who just wanted some peace until the meteor hits. The opening cutscene feels like a disaster movie, and that's exactly the tone it keeps. It's not Resident Evil, but it's close, with more action and a lot more cheese. The camera angles are awkward at first, but somehow they add to the tension. Enemies are bizarre, almost comical, and yet creepy enough to keep you on edge. The voice acting is pure late 90s charm, unpolished but memorable. It mixes survival horror pacing with arcade-style combat. The setting shifts from beaches to labs to industrial tunnels without warning. Inventory management forces you to make tough choices mid-chaos. Food items double as health kits, hot dogs, burgers, candy bars. It's absurd, and it works. The story slowly turns from disaster rescue to full-on alien invasion. Boss fights are huge, messy, and loud, the way they should be. There's a warmth to how clunky it can be. It's part of its identity. In 2025, it's a quirky survival horror time capsule. Sega took a chance on something weird, and that weirdness aged well. You can finish it in a weekend, but it'll stick in your head longer than you think. If you liked Dino Crisis, but wanted more camp, this is it. Blue Stinger is proof the Dreamcast didn't take itself too seriously. The moment you start Illbleed, it's clear you're not in for a normal horror game. Instead of just fighting monsters, the game wants you to survive a deadly theme park designed to scare you to death. Literally, each attraction is a twisted parody of horror movie tropes, from haunted houses to killer dolls. Your character has special senses, smell, hearing, sight, and a sixth sense to detect traps before they rip you apart. It's less about charging forward and more about creeping through, testing your nerves. Health isn't just a bar. Your stress level and bleeding can take you out even if your HP is fine. The writing is absolutely unhinged, and that's part of what makes it so entertaining. The voice acting sounds like it was recorded in one take, which somehow fits perfectly with the absurd tone. You can die from the most random things, like stepping on a floorboard that just decides to kill you. Every stage feels like a horror B-movie that you're trying to survive from the inside. Some enemies are so weird you have to stop and ask yourself, what did I just see? The pacing is unpredictable. You might go minutes without danger, then get hit by 3 traps in a row. Boss fights are less about skill and more about figuring out how the game wants you to beat them. The level designs are creative in a what were they thinking kind of way. It rewards players who explore and pay attention to every tiny detail in the environment. Some endings are bizarre enough to stick in your head for years after playing. The graphics aren't the best on the Dreamcast, but the weird art direction makes it unforgettable. It's one of those games where the strangeness is the main appeal. Even today, there's nothing else quite like Illbleed. In 2025, it still feels fresh because it doesn't follow the rules, it makes its own. Jet Set Radio, a game that brought graffiti and street culture to life. You roll through futuristic Tokyo streets on inline skates. Every wall and surface is a canvas waiting for your art. The soundtrack, still one of the most iconic in gaming history. Pop, punk, electronic. Each track pulls you into the city's rhythm. It wasn't just about skating. It was about style, speed, and creativity. Rival gangs added a constant edge of danger and fun. Levels were vibrant, colorful, and alive with energy. The camera and movement mechanics were revolutionary for 2000. Every tag felt like leaving your mark in a digital world. The narrative was minimal, but the world spoke volumes. Characters were memorable, quirky, and full of personality. You didn't just play, you performed. The controls are tight, responsive. Difficult at first, but satisfying once mastered. Some missions require precision and timing that still challenge today. Skies of Arcadia, a Dreamcast RPG that flew under the radar. You captain an airship, exploring floating islands and uncharted skies. The world is massive, vibrant, and brimming with secrets. Combat mixes strategy and personality-driven choices. Every crew member has a story worth following. Villains aren't just obstacles. They challenge your morals. Treasure hunting becomes a full adventure in itself. The music perfectly captures the sense of freedom and wonder. Sailing the skies feels like discovering a world you didn't know existed. Random battles don't feel random. They keep tension alive. Airship battles are thrilling and require attention to tactics. Humor is sprinkled through dialogue, giving characters charm. The Dreamcast controller handles exploration with surprising comfort. Skies of Arcadia makes you feel like a genuine adventurer. Its world building is unmatched for a console RPG of its time. By the end, you feel part of a vast, breathing sky world that stays with you. A hidden RPG gem on Dreamcast. You step into a fantasy world filled with dungeons, treasure, and secrets. The story follows a young adventurer searching for magical artifacts. Combat is turn-based, but smart, requiring planning and strategy. Characters are quirky, each with a distinct personality and charm. Exploration rewards curiosity, secret paths, and hidden treasures abound. Dialogue is light, but adds depth to character interactions. The world feels alive, with townsfolk going about daily lives. Each dungeon has unique designs and environmental puzzles. Boss fights are memorable, often requiring creative tactics. Animation is fluid, giving battles life and weight. The pacing balances story, exploration, and combat elegantly. Secrets encourage multiple playthroughs. By the end, the adventure feels complete, satisfying, and often overlooked. Evolution is proof that Dreamcast had RPG treasures hidden in plain sight. A quirky, underappreciated Dreamcast adventure. You navigate surreal arenas filled with obstacles and challenges. At first glance, it seems simple, but mastery takes skill and patience. The core mechanic revolves around controlling a rolling ring through dynamic environments. Levels are designed with increasing complexity, testing timing and reflexes. The visuals are minimalistic, but strangely captivating, keeping focus on gameplay. Each stage introduces new hazards that demand clever strategies. The soundtrack is subtle, yet keeps you immersed in the pacing of the game. Hidden secrets reward players willing to explore every corner. Controls are tight, offering satisfying precision once you get the hang of it. Timing and spatial awareness become second nature as you advance. Humor and quirks pop up in unexpected moments, giving charm to the levels. Each stage feels like a small puzzle, blending tension and satisfaction. The game never overstays its welcome. Levels are bite-sized and rewarding. It's a title that Dreamcast fans who discover it often remember fondly. The Ring game proves the console had room for unusual, inventive gameplay experiences. Hey, if you're enjoying this journey through Dreamcast's hidden gems, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. You won't want to miss the rest of the list. We still have some incredible titles coming up, ones that really define the console's creativity. Typing of the Dead is a surprisingly clever twist on the arcade classic. It turns the zombie shooting action of House of the Dead into a typing challenge. Every zombie approaches, and your words become your weapon. It's fast-paced, chaotic, and hilarious at the same time. The gameplay teaches reflexes, accuracy, and strategy under pressure. Typing combos score extra points, rewarding skill and precision. The humor is over the top, full of absurd enemy designs and lines. Graphically, it keeps the classic Dreamcast charm while focusing on clarity. Sound effects and voice lines elevate the ridiculousness without overwhelming. Levels escalate quickly, keeping tension and excitement high. Multiplayer allows friends to battle zombies and their typing skills together. Hidden words and secret phrases reward exploration and experimentation. It's educational disguised as pure entertainment, typing while laughing. The game perfectly mixes challenge, humor, and a quirky concept. Typing of the Dead proves Dreamcast wasn't afraid to experiment in unusual ways. Expendable is a fast-paced top-down shooter that tests reflexes and strategy. The story is minimal, focusing instead on pure, adrenaline-fueled action. Players pilot a heavily armed craft through alien-infested environments. Levels are packed with enemies, traps, and obstacles at every turn. The color palette is bold, with bright explosions and contrasting alien worlds. Weapons can be upgraded, offering new ways to tackle waves of foes. Enemy designs are varied, from swarming drones to massive bosses. Music drives the intensity, keeping players engaged throughout. The pace never lets up, demanding focus and quick reflexes. Every level has secrets and hidden areas that reward exploration. Multiplayer adds chaos and fun, letting friends compete or cooperate. Smooth controls make dodging and shooting feel satisfying. It's a game that rewards persistence, learning patterns, and perfect timing. Expendable proves Dreamcast hosted niche games with surprisingly deep gameplay. Fans of shooters will find a hidden gem that still delivers thrills in 2025. Record of Lodos War brings classic fantasy RPG elements to Dreamcast. Players navigate a world of knights, mages, and mythical creatures. The story is engaging, filled with political intrigue and legendary quests. Turn-based combat demands careful planning and strategy. Each character has unique skills and abilities that shape battles. Maps are detailed, encouraging exploration and tactical positioning. Music enhances the medieval atmosphere, evoking epic adventures. Cutscenes and dialogue give life to the characters and their struggles. Boss encounters are memorable, often requiring clever approaches. Equipment and item management add layers of depth to progression. Level design balances challenge with exploration and rewards. Fans of tactical RPGs will appreciate the careful balance of story and combat. The art style is faithful to the anime origins, with rich character designs. Record of Lodos War is a gem for players seeking depth and strategy. Despite flying under the radar, it remains a must-play Dreamcast classic. Under Defeat is a vertical shoot 'em up that's fast, intense, and visually striking. Players pilot advanced helicopters through enemy territory in high-stakes missions. Every level is packed with swarms of enemies and explosive hazards. The graphics are sharp and detailed, with vibrant explosions and smooth scrolling. Controls are precise, letting players navigate chaotic battlefields with skill. Weapon upgrades and power-ups add variety and strategy to gameplay. Boss battles are massive and challenging, requiring pattern recognition. Music drives adrenaline, perfectly syncing with the action on screen. Levels are designed to keep tension high from start to finish. Multiplayer modes allow cooperative play, increasing the chaos and fun. Power-ups and hidden bonuses reward exploration and skill. Multiplayer mode adds extra chaos and cooperative fun. The game balances challenge and reward, keeping players engaged. Under Defeat shows that Dreamcast could handle arcade-quality shooters at home. It's a hidden gem that rewards dedication and quick thinking. If you're enjoying these rare Dreamcast games, don't forget to subscribe to retrolistHQ. More hidden gems and forgotten classics are coming up next. Also, check out our sister channel, ContraBrosTeam, where we dive into prototypes, lost content, and retro mysteries. Hit subscribe and keep exploring the magic of gaming history with us.